So with this one, we're going to talk about the type tool or the text tool to let you know how that kind of works. There's a lot of different options and things like that that you can play around with for this. Helps you add in titles if you want. You can see this sort of crazy, messy video I've made. Again, this is all just for a demo, so don't judge me too harshly here. But if you want to use the type tool, you can grab the type tool and just click on it, and it will bring up a layer. So we could go, mess. Okay, you type that stuff in, and you can see it just lives on its own layer, right? And then, if I want, I can select that, and then you can see over here you have all of your options for, the typeface. So you can change the typeface from Helvetica to like something else if you want to, and then you can make it bigger. The way type works in After Effects is you use pixel size instead of points or something like that. So if I want to do that, I could change, I could basically, do that, or I could, and you can't really read that obviously against the background, right? So maybe I want to change the color. So I can click here and go with the bright red. Maybe that's readable a little better, or you could certainly just play around with any of the colors that are on here. You can also add like a stroke to it, so let's really make this awful. There you go. And so you can, just play around with, with how the different parts of this project kind of look. If you want to, if you want to increase the stroke around the outside, you can do that. So you can add this, and then once you do that, once you make your type, it becomes like its own layer, right? So you can you certainly go in here and like transform it. So I can change the position. So I can add a keyframe and then move the keyframe up, start it up there, move it to a new place, drop it down, and now it'll move across the screen just like anything else does. So you can change the rotation, opacity, any of those things that you want to do with type like that is completely possible. And like all Adobe After Effects or all Adobe things, if you hold down the button here, you'll see there's different options underneath the tool, like you can do it vertically or horizontally. Also, other places that you can go in here to animate text. Layers have a lot of options in them, and so, for example, if we wanted to, let's say we want to have this text like kind of move along a path, which is kind of a common thing that people often want to do. What you want to do is you would grab your layer, make sure you have the layer selected, and again, I'm just going to lock everything else because I get paranoid about that. And then if you go up here to the pen tool, you can just click on the layer, and let's just draw, a spot here and another spot there, and we can go in here and change these Bezier curves. So let's just say we want it to kind of ramp up and ramp down. Okay, if that's what you want, so you made your path, right? So then if you look in here, you'll have text, and you also have a mask, which is what we just made. And so that's your mask that you just created. And so if you go to your text, the text twirl down here, you'll see that you have this option for path, and you want to choose mask 1, which is what we just did. And now you'll see that our text is it's placed on that, it curves around that whole thing. So like all things in After Effects, you can go crazy animating this. So if you select your mask now, and you want to change the path of the mask, you can, start here, drop a keyframe, go for a little while, and then we can just grab our mask and like, sorry, I want to grab the end of it, and let's say we do something like, something like that. So it kind of starts curvy and then it follows. So now the just basically going to follow that path. So, the path it made. So it's really easy, and it's just all linked in through this mask here. But there's lots of other stuff that you can do now. So if you go back to our beginning, let's say we wanted this text to look like it's like shot along this path here. Well, you could go in here, and these are all options again under the path options. And you can reverse the path. You can like flip it upside down. You can do all kinds of things along these lines. But probably what we want to do is go with a first margin. So if you click there and then just drag it back, you're going to see the type move off of the off the path. So we're going to go all the way off the screen, right? There you go. It's all the way off. And then if we go to our spot we want to end, and then we change this first margin, you can see it's dropping a keyframe for us, right? You just kind of got to scroll it along here. And again, this is all X and Y axis stuff on that you're messing with here as you scroll through. We just keep clicking and dragging through here now. The text is going to go, it's going to shoot along that path and follow through there, and it is truly a mess of a project. So those are lots and lots of options you can change. So again, you know, you can do all of that. You can also, this is like, we're going really crazy now, but you can also go in here and change a lot of things under the Animate. So this is under text, and you just go to Animate, and there's a million things that you can change. So if you want to, you can go to, let's say the fill color, and we can change, you know, change it in RGB. And so we can keyframe all of that stuff. So if you want to start it in that color, the red, and then end it in, you know, like a green, you just click there, grab a green color. It's really awful. And now you'll see it transition across and turn green on the way out. And you can add animation. So if you like that, you can go in here and change any of this stuff, like offset, blur, if we want to make it blurrier. You know, we can drop keyframe, go to the center, make it all super duper blurry, and then drop another keyframe at the ends, and it'll go back to nothing. And it will move along the path, change colors, and get blurry all at once. And you can see the computer's having a hard time rendering that whole thing. But there's a million things you can do to animate text. So if you're a typography person, you do kinetic type. There are all kinds of different things that you can mess with. But you're going to want to go deeper into other tutorials. If we covered all of it, we'd be here all day. So this is the basics of type and how to do that. Enjoy.